Welcome my fellow figure-loving friends to the 13th Colonel Marbles Miniatures Review vidcast. It's been a very quiet week this week, so I've only managed to be able to scrape together a top 8 for you. It's genuinely because there's not much out there, not because I'm a lazy idle bugger. Anyway, let's get going.
Sponsored in part by Rattlehead Games, now offering Morgan Keith Studios products.
At 8 this week we've got Oniric Miniatures Studio. First up is an Oxidee, a pretty dull pose in my opinion. This is not doing a lot for me, to be honest. Sculpted by Reme Tremblay. Next is Assassin Kuraki, sculpted by Sebastien Labro. Again a very static pose. Looks vaguely like Spawn to me. No word on prices for these. Another French company, Rackham, take the number 7 spot. A few weeks ago I showed you the first painted Dwarf Warrioress, but not until this week had I seen the other two. This one is nice, but is that really a nipple showing in the armour? And I have to say this one is even better. Great pose and a really nice facial expression there. At 6 this week we have Reaper Miniatures. I've already shown quite a few of the new releases this week from Reaper in the green stage, so I've just picked out 2 here that I haven't already shown you. First up is this rather fine Scorpion Man, sculpted by Bob Ridolfi. He'll cost you $12.99 US. And also we have Arik Telazar, Mercenary Bodyguard, selling for $4.99 US. Andrea Miniatures are at number 5 this week. This is a pretty nice orc figure called Volgor the Skull Hunter. Andrea Miniatures have previously only produced 54mm miniatures, but now they have a new 32mm range called, wait for it, Warlord Saga Battle Series. Next up is Drunigar, a Dwarf Runekeeper. Now all these figures will sell for approximately €12, which is pretty pricey. Finally we have Ithandir, Elf Blade of Eternity. All these are sculpted by Joaquin Palacios. Ollie's Armies are at number 4. A Marbles vidcast is hardly complete these days without a new sculpt from Bob Ollie. These are 2 of the 8 new Scrunt Heavy Infantry conversions Bob has posted recently, and very nice as always. This episode sponsored in part by the Fiend Foundry, who produce quality resin terrain at an affordable price. At 3 this week it's War Machine from Privateer Press. A number of pictures of new War Machine superiority figures were up on the web this week, and this is one of my favourites, the Trencher unit attachment. Also we have a Winter Guard unit attachment. I like the Winter Guard look and concept, and these are fine additions to the range. But this has to be my favourite, an awesome Brute Thrall sculpt, just fantastic, and I'll be buying this as soon as I get some cash. And War Machine stablemate Hordes are at number 2 this week. Privateer Press's releases for the Hordes range are getting better in my opinion. I'm fed up to the back teeth of ludicrously over-armoured knights, but this Basilisk Drake for instance is much more interesting. Next up we have the Lord of the Feast, who looks a lot like Slough Feg from 2000 AD's Slain, if you remember that. It's a cool image anyway. Also there is this excellent Trollblood Fellcaller. Great paint job as well. This is Gorax, some kind of Minotaur slave by the look of it, certainly by the look of that great big stone he's lugging behind him. Finally there is this very odd, but kind of nice, Creelstone Bearer. All new company, Avatars of War, storms into the number 1 position this week. Top Spanish sculptor Felix Panaguia started out with his own Dragonoon miniatures line and has since done excellent work for Privateer Press. Now he has his own line called Avatars of War, and this is the first screen from it. A sensational dwarf hero. I mean, what's not to love? It's over the top, but just not too over the top. It really floats my boat, this one, and I hope to see lots more from this new line. Thanks as always for listening, guys. Hope you enjoyed the rather shortened show, but hopefully there'll be more stuff out next week. I'll see you then.